You thought you already were.
Sorry. Auntie said it a little bit, and I BRB just to do frickin' something.
Mm-hmm.
Duke, we are going to. So you're caught up. Pretty much, my character asked, like, "Hey, do you guys mind if I go and try and talk to your both tribes?"
Mm.
Yeah, I made the
I
on.
th-
Yeah.
so there's a couple of people I need to talk to in game. Uh, I gotta hit up the Blood Sisters and learn more about the Red from a religious perspective. I I got now that we have complete access to everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to be requisitioning info. I want to see what the Seven Nobles Guild has on the odd or
The
the
yeah,
however you want to call
the all
them,
risen.
the All Risen.
That's what you know directly as what they're referred to by because you've spoken to them. It's just to those people
Yeah,
back in that world, they're known as the odd because they don't know a lot about them. So
I kind of like that name, the Odd,
yeah, because
but
they appear to be more powerful than about all the same power as gods, but they don't use their power. They don't for some reason they don't use it in that way.
yeah.
Yeah, they're therefore the name the odd.
hmm But I'd like to see what the guild has on the All Risen because that might point me in direction of hunting down the lost relics of the Blackthorn Grove.
All right. You're recording this, yes?
Yeah, I got it started now. It's.
Yeah, so. Yeah, alright. So, first things first, though, because you are late, we're gonna have to go through everyone else's things first, okay?
Yeah, I don't mind going last because mine's probably gonna end up being like the quickest.
Well, you're second to last, don't worry. So, and
Hmm.
I do need to ask, Jack, what is 17 going to do? Like, does she just want to travel along with the party, get to know them, and all that, while they're doing their things, or.
Um, I've got some feats that I need to train for.
Alright.
So,
Is going to be, let's see here. Regarding the training, because they do have a trainer for what you're looking for, it is going to be for this. It's going to be It's about going to be an electrum or 5 silver a day for training, and you need to make five or not five. Yeah, what was it? 18 consecutive success, not consecutive, but you need to make 18 successes to get to earn the feat that you're looking for. Will that work for you?
you said 18 successes?
Yep, because it's not too powerful. It's mostly just for combat, but it's still useful. Yeah.
Alright,
Hmm.
what do I need to roll?
For this, it'll be your option of sleight of hand or stealth. Actually, yeah, sleight of hand or stealth.
It's really bad when you want a feat that's both useful and battle and out of battle. You gotta make like 27, 28 checks.
Yeah, that's my own way of balancing it out.
Alright, and
hmm
you said since. I forget. What, do we get advantage since it's with a trainer?
Yes, you do, because you're not learning from anyone else. Because you're not learning from you're not teaching yourself. So, right. Okay. That's uh, well, first and foremost, if it's going to be 2 checks per day, so we'll say
Ah,
you're going to spend that. We'll keep track of this. Oh man, let me uh, just there we go.
Oh my. You did really good.
Alright, that's gonna be a total of 2.5 days that you're gonna be busy. Make 17 days of progress. But yeah. And Alistair, not Alistair, but Gallifrey. Persuasion check. If you're asking the guards, or
I
investigation
thought
if you're looking around.
he's bringing Vera to help.
Okay, so then yeah, Vera are you gonna have Vera help, or is she going to give you advantage?
He's going to ask for me because I have 0
Okay.
in persuasion.
I mean, okay, that's fine. So Flutter, roll a persuasion check. You're good. You're good. I mean, persuasion check to ask around the guards because
No,
you know
she's
they don't
asking if you
comment.
would do it for.
Oh, okay. Of course, I'll do it. One moment. $18. Wow, that was. Oh god, yeah. You guys should be able to have me roll for your characters. Because whew, that was a low roll, but unfortunately, I have a high modifier. 18. Yeah. Well, no, I got you an 18. Correction. Because I rolled. Oh god. Here, okay, so it's not that hard, to be fair. The guards, out of respect for for these people, they're not allowed to inform the public as to their whereabouts. They're just supposed to inform you that they're out in the forest in this northeast region. But you do get a guard who, especially after seeing Gallifrey at your side, does sort of pay a bit more attention, especially with the points you make. Of he just wants to learn a bit more about his the ancient ways and all that. Everyone's got their own right to learn about the past and the old faiths as well as the.
So we're not going to tell him he was there when the ancient ways were just the ways.
I mean, you probably don't want to do that. They probably will laugh at you. Or, they probably won't believe you.
Lock me up in an insane asylum.
No, they won't lock you up. You haven't done anything wrong. That's cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah, unless you start hacking away at people, you're not going to be locked up anywhere. Yes.
Yep.
Now, if you put yourself into an insane asylum, that's, hey, you're admitting that you're having a hard time and you're seeking help, That's good for you. Good for you.
But will he lose his legal right? Yeah, but if he puts himself in a sane asylum, will he lose his legal ability to carry weapons?
Yes, mostly because the residents inside are, again, also...
No, I mean, like, once he gets out.
Oh, once he gets out, no. You don't lose it.
It's not like going to jail.
Yeah. Yeah. That being said, their mental health care, or their medical care, generally, top notch, top of the line. A lot of priests, a lot of doctors, everywhere in the Avroni Union. Mental care, yeah, yeah. Mental care.
How do you know what kind
here.
of coffee I'm
Well,
drinking?
they're pretty good. They're good, especially since most their therapists are druids and clerics, and some of them are bards.
Yeah.
That being said,
we get the point there.
Yeah.
They give you the location. They're currently set to the southeast, They set up camp to the southeast of them. So, if you need, so yeah, just inform them that you mean them no harm, and that you just like to learn a little bit about the old ways. These people are generally quite friendly compared to
Damn.
most
Hold
tribes.
on.
Oh, okay,
Popped out. Sorry.
you're good.
So just inform them I mean them no harm. Got it.
All right.
So he starts. He packs the party provisions for that amount of time.
Yeah, it's like a
Because-
day's. It's like a day's worth of. It's a day's away. That's about it. In terms of like walking, in terms of walking distance, it's like a day's away. Riding a vehicle, they do give you back your horses first and foremost. Before I forget, though they do.
that
Yeah, and driving it take you like a.
that'll probably cut down the time a lot.
Oh yeah, driving would take you like an hour. Yeah.
Like, all right, everyone. I bought snacks. I also bought
So you guys
games
have
for you
friends.
guys. He tur- he seeks out 17. Hey, we're going to be gone for about like a few hours. Are you gonna be all right?
Gives a thumbs up.
Turns to I forgot your name. I am so sorry, dude.
You forgot Hajime's name? Or
Yes,
Wow.
like Hudson.
wow.
Like I know, like I'm the first one to remember it. Fuck.
Hmm.
But like, hey, we're going to go see a Fearbold tribe. You want to come?
I won't lie, I'm a little curious. How far, assuming you know where it is, how far away it is.
Yeah, it's about like an hour's drive.
Yeah. Is there anything Hajime needs to do, or wants to do rather, before making their way back to their base in Valdoran? Because Valdoran doesn't have the amenities that Aurelia has, as well as very it's a tax haven. There's no taxes here. It's great.
You lost me. So we're in Valderin right now.
No, you're in Aurelia. This is like before you guys go to Valdoran, to your base in Valdoran. Because
Oh,
this place,
okay.
no very little very few taxes. Though you can, if you find like a teleportation circle, make your way to Aurelia. So yeah, as you
Actually, that's not.
give you the coordinates and everything.
I'm actually going to do the smart thing and actually start documenting codes for teleportation circles.
All right.
That way, if we need, basically setting up a fast travel system.
If you need to escape and you want to go to someplace that's definitely safe, then at the very least you have some places you can go to.
That is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, especially since the Avani's Union's medical care is pretty top notch.
Yeah. Well, I just
Things
figured.
about that.
I kind of just figure, if we need to get somewhere, say we're in Resh, but suddenly we have something in the Chicago Royal Empire.
And yeah, you can travel between them.
Exactly.
Are you
But
good?
yeah, back to the main thing. Back to the main thing. Like, would you like to come?
Sure. It'd be
Um,
interesting to see, uh, how their culture, their views on magic. Perhaps they themselves know something that I'm seeking.
Oh, you mean your carriage?
Care. Uh,
Let's see here. All
it
right.
doesn't. The document that we have doesn't say where we have it built. It's
Let's
just
see here.
what sort of stuff it has on it.
Pickett's Pickett's pliers and carriages.
Yeah.
It's like a mm, that would require investigation. Or actually, with your resources, you'd know that there's no branch. But if, in terms of like somebody who could possibly safely modify your carriage or upgrade it, yeah, there's plenty. There's a few people here. Well, there's the union does have not the union. The Seven Nobles Guild. You're sorry. Since you're members of the Seven Nobles Guild, you do have a form of well doing that through your documenter, if I recall correctly.
I I can send any document to and
Or
fro.
yeah, any document, any proposal to and fro to the correct location and people. Nope, you don't.
No,
In addition, you don't have to pay for to have your messages sent to like between private organizations at all. It's to like
no,
individuals that you're gonna have to pay for.
I can I can send this document wherever you want. I even
Nope.
have official stamps. She may I? She kind of hands out the paper, or has her hand out for the paper. Okay. Well, right in front of you, she'll pull out a cover page and stamp it a couple of times. Mm.
I would say it would take you like a minute to look it over. You could tell that you got it pretty much the entire way done. The only thing you gotta concern yourself with would be if it gets accepted or not. So that's out of your control. So yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, this would be like as we're moving
Yeah.
and grooving.
So she'll take out her official stamps and put a cover page on, stamp it like this goes here, this goes and she'll put it in her bag, uh, and that's oh okay, my job is done.
And and also they probably got a stick made with Gallifrey's number on it, so they like if they have any questions they can call.
Yes, because he's your party's secretarian.
Mm-hmm.
That actually reminds me, I got these made as he actually hands out a stack of playing cards, not playing cards,
Business cards.
business cards. These are sending cards. If he, like you just hand these out to people we want to do business with, and they will contact me through the card.
Hmm. And if you ever need an official contract, she just kind of taps herself like, I'm your gal.
Like he actually,
Yeah. With the amount you have, it'd take about a week. It's something that the guild can provide in house.
I honestly
you
did it.
you don't have the credentials for mass curse checks.
Um, actually, that's the thing. As the secretarian, he actually took it upon himself to actually already get that scheduled.
Yeah, yeah. It will yeah. You can just basically drop it off when you can. It'll be like a week after, or yeah, it'll take a week, about 7 days after you drop it off for you to
11 days.
yeah, or not 11 days, a week.
That would be perfect, honestly.
You do know if you do know I could just instantly send it off, right?
Oh wait,
Any any document to any organization I could send for free.
this is a package. This is a package.
Then I have no control over that.
Speaking of which, uh, back to the cards. You'll actually notice that it has your names on them, not his.
Yep.
I am literally your secretarian.
Actually, you did get them. You did deliver them. Uh, it would be Norlai who receives the first one, though, if I recall correctly. Yeah. Oh, the bookshelves. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they eventually arrived. It took them a bit of a while because they kind of had to. Oh, you're told. Oh, we need to deliver it here. Oh, no, never mind. You have to deliver it here. It took them a little bit, but they managed to get it sent over. The only prerequisite for this is that you let's see here, so that way it doesn't attack you. People, you okay with people coming through those shelves? Is to essentially pet them before you start combing through your books. That's literally it. You just have to pet them with your dolls. They're golden retrievers. I think
That's
that's
17.
oh no, that's Master actually.
No, but yes.
Yeah.
When I say he sent them off, I mean like he actually took the devil's chain and sent them to the proper people. Again, secretarian. He like it's his job to literally know what you guys want to do and do it. Or else he won't be worth his salt as his secretarian, now would he? But and when he said he got you guys games, I'm not kidding. He got you guys a board game. Yes. You would have made sure, yes. Though Auntie, of course, can. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I would say yeah. It's just gonna take a bit because well,
These are hand fucking crafted.
and also because you've been traveling a lot as of recent. But the company's flipping the bill for this, so you
Which
know,
is nice.
yeah, yeah. That being said, so I do want to the three of you now are going to be going there. So congratulations. Uh, on not actually yeah. Hmm. So yeah, we're just gonna go through it right now. So you guys, so actually, is Nolan going to be joining in on the visitation towards the nearest nomadic Furbolg tribe?
I hate to speak for Alex, but
I
Norlai
think
did
I mean
ask like yes.
Oh, right. I forgot my brain is my brain flatlined
yeah
there,
the
so forgive me.
it's the three of us. I'm not so sure about 17 or Norlai, but
17's got training.
Yeah.
It's
I
in
mean
the fucking bag.
it's only an hour away. We can always come back.
Alright.
I mean, all I was gonna do is get a drink with the Goliath we met in the who is part of the rescue group. I was
Yeah.
trying to keep to that promise, but like, other than that, I'm available.
Like you would have done that the day after, so you would have gotten your drink.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Let's see here. So,
Drinks
first
have
and
been had.
yeah. Well, no. This is still on the same day. So, but first and foremost, regarding Benor, do you want to get her involved or no? Alright. Also, before I forget, Agaret does inform me that the the state of the Void Dragon eggs are completely fine. He wasn't there when some crazy lady apparently shot up a good chunk of Solane and Coit. He was actually out getting some uh, some nesting material essentially.
Interesting.
And also,
Yeah.
Uh, Abdul's fine, as fine as he can be, but
Yeah.
he's yeah. Right, let me pull up again here.
No.
Scott's place.
Lucius. First and foremost, horrified. Second, impressed. Third, dread. Just pure and utter dread is the third lesser emotion, though primarily fear. Is the second. Though impressed. Still horrible. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've ever read the reports of people who were once possessed by gods. Don't really come back the same. Yeah, powers tend to linger and the connection doesn't completely sever. And then you get visions, and it tends to drive them a bit mad. Some of them mad with power, but mostly mad. Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, yeah. But unfortunately, that's the realm of cults. They don't work in the realm of the law. Yeah, make sure I'm not anywhere nearby. He sort of gestures towards his hip. I keep forgetting the name of his pistol again. His revolver. Ah, God, what was it?
Shooty shooty bang bang.
No, because Vera has the rifle known as Wrath. No, Vera has Wrath. So let's see here. There are 7 in total. Let's see here. Let's see here. This one is. Yeah, this one is Sloth.
Oh.
Essentially, his revolver does essentially, in addition to damage, also reduces their movement speed by, in this case, because his is awakened, by 20 feet per creature for each creature. Okay, so yeah, you don't get a response because the gun doesn't talk to you. It's kind of, it's more of like in a beastly sort of sense. But yeah. That being said,
But you still get the feeling it's fuck you and gun. No, it literally says fuck you and gun. Next time. Ah,
no, it doesn't.
unless you shoot yourself.
No. That being said, I'll put it there. Wielder of Sloth, light revolver.
I find that interesting. That confirms the idea that there's a gun for every sin.
Yep. All made by Caliber, not Olswin.
I'm wondering what, like, I wonder what the lust one does, or the greed one.
You don't want to know. Hopefully.
Actually, we
Flutter,
kind
you're
of
saying-
do.
Yeah, Flutter, you're saying? Do you say this to the party? Including your compatriots? Alright. Lucius says, I do know that Gluttony used to do that. We don't talk about Gluttony, it was a really screwed up thing. If you run out of ammunition, it would sometimes use your own flesh and bones as its own munitions.
That is.
Yeah, it also had the ability to absorb some certain properties from other magical items, but it would destroy them in the process. Though it wouldn't last long. It's like this. He sort of snaps his fingers and sort of creates this illusion of think like a hand crank, rotary, Gatling gun. It kind of looked like this. Please don't. That's You've already got Wrath. You've already got Wrath. I've already got Sloth. You don't need any more.
No, I'm curious. What would happen if all 7 were brought together? What?
The group would act as a magnet for the cult of Olswin, as well as the cult of. I mean, he sort of witnesses of that. You're not wrong. Look, honestly, okay. Look, Sloth, he's bearable. I have to sleep twice as long, and I have to sleep twice as long as I normally would. Which is why you probably saw I was kind of lazing about. You thought I was lazing about inside the carriage, but no, that's literally the only main downside with it. If I don't, then we don't. Well, the previous wielder was an elf.
Standard 2 hours of sleep a elf needs to take for their trance. It would take about 4 hours.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
No, 4 hours for 6. It would be 12 hours for a warforged because they sleep for 6 hours. At least the official ones do. Elves would be 8 hours in total. So,
No, it's not exactly
the original
double.
owner of Sloth was a bit of a not a good person. Anyways, yeah, that'd be terrible. That being said, so Norlai, Vera, Hajime, and Gallifrey are taking their leave towards the. Are gonna take the.
And like he said, he actually brought games for the party.
All right. And also, would you like to take
Uh,
any of your compatriots? Oh, yes. She doesn't have any preference one way or the other. That's fine. Let's see here. So, right. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, so the four of you, because Nolan is a bit, is, he's got some business he needs to tend to here. And Abdul, he wants to come. So, are you guys okay with it?
Yeah, that's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
Hmm.
The more the merrier.
And I take it, Norway's hopping in as well, right? Just to confirm.
Yeah, I don't mind coming along because it gives me a little bit of downtime to at least start crafting on some more alcohol before I go into do the drinking, like have a drink with the friggin' Goliath's name, whose name slips my mind at the
Yeah,
moment.
of course.
Can that be seen?
Yeah,
That will be done
yeah.
after this. So, eventually, after like an hour's worth of driving, you make your way there. Appears to be a small encampment. Mm-hmm. All right.
Gallifrey's going to ask, like, hey, can I get a cup? Yeah, a barbarian loves his tea.
Well, one of two barbarians now.
Oh, did Norlite fully change over?
Yep.
Yeah, because Path of the
Oh,
Kegger is just suits no life better.
right.
That being
Like,
said,
like we've said, like. By the way, I wrote, can this be seen on the chat because I'm getting the red bar?
Ah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Seeing
we
anything
didn't see a roll,
on
so
chat.
and it kicked you out of roll 20. So I don't know if you're reloading or if it just.
Damn it. No, I'm getting the red bar of death.
Ah, that's
Oh
fun.
fuck. Well, that being said, you guys do make your way there. Yeah.
So
Oh, info site is getting a server disruption.
Ah. Okay.
fun.
Ugh.
I mean, I'm good on my end, but in the meantime, you do make your way there.
Yeah.
There's like a few dozen tents, surrounded around like a single tree. You do see that. Oh wait, how do I put this? It kind of resembles that of like a weeping willow. If that makes any sense. It does look
Yeah,
like one.
and Gallifrey is, of course, driving it, so he's up at the forefront. So they're like, oh, why is there a like, why is this? Why are these people stopping?
All right.
And he says in Giant, hello, is there someone I can talk to?
One of the tribal warriors sort of halts you. Notices that you're speaking in giant. Notices that you're like a probably like a really buff furball. Sort of just nods and tells you to like wait for a minute or so. As you see, as he doesn't even move to inform anyone.
He's used to this fucking shit because his clan did the exact same thing.
Not quite.
Oh.
As like literally a minute later, you see like an elderly furbolg in hide armor, just walk towards your group. They just make eye contact, don't say anything. And the guard takes his leave. The warrior takes his leave. This furbolg looks like he's like elderly age. they notice that the hide armor doesn't appear to be entirely functional. It appears to be just like aesthetics. For the most part, though, you do notice something a bit odd regarding the staff he's using. Is most of the most of the druidic shamans are druids. What is this? Shamans or I don't know, leaders or druids. His staff doesn't look like
Mhm.
staff that'd be wielded by a shaman, by a druid or shaman or anything like that. Kind of resembles like an arcane staff, like more nature themed. Very clearly handmade.
And he asks as much. Greetings, Elder.
Sort of, you hear in the back of your mind in giant, and who may you be?
And are you able to see within my mind?
You hear, no, your mind is guarded well enough, though not as much as
He opens his mind.
he refuses, as you see, as you notice, as he begins to speak. So what takes you all here?
Hajime actually speaks up in giant. The one for the ones who come us, we wish to learn more about Flavog culture
Why
and
would I tell you?
ask him.
And he steps down and he starts speaking really, really.
Yeah. So continue. Armor.
And and he steps down and he says, by the order of your elder, I am Gallifrey Killinger.
All right. Make a performance check.
Guidance.
All right, with the guidance.
And alright, I'm gonna have to do it physically.
I'll roll for you if you actually
No,
don't want me to roll.
no.
Yeah.
What's
We've
your
been
mod?
through this. We don't want me to roll.
I can
It's
roll.
fucking zero.
Oh,
That's
Do
right,
you
D20,
want me
Jake.
do you want me to roll a d20?
No, hold on. Woo! I don't think I will need any help on that.
Just post it in general.
Yeah, and also, well, you know what? Yeah, Master, if you can roll a d4 for the guidance, just in case, because I mean,
Oh, hold on.
1.
As I actually post this in general.
all right.
I will. Sorry, I'm. Wrong thing. New. Bad. That's a nat 20.
Yeah. Yeah. So, sort of nods. Uh, let's see here. Hmm. Tell me why I should murder you on the spot.
And he actually shows off the code. Because I see you all as my clan. My tribe.
Unfortunately, you're looking at the wrong clan, looking for the wrong clan. Things have changed. I won't ask as to what sort of unholy or holy acts you've done to come back. Nor
And
will I
here,
bother to, nor will I inform any other tribes of your existence out of what they
and
may end up doing to
he
you.
just holds his hand up. Because my resurrection wasn't wholly my own doing. Please allow me to explain.
Now, let me explain, because clearly you're not exactly aware how much things have changed. Many of our kind have left to join your more civilized cities. The reasons are their own, and that we do not hold any grudges against it. What you did, you caused a chain of actions that cannot be taken back.
And he growls at that. What I did was the protection of of the tribes.
It was the protection of your tribe.
Yes, and have you forgotten the Fearball Code?
No, we simply live by a different one. You northerners and your more violent ways. Tell me,
And he growls.
are you?
And he just laughs at that. And he actually speaks like you act as if your clan's hands aren't stained with blood as mine are.
No, but it's far less bloody.
Mm, yes, yes, you're right, Kinslayer.
Make a. Yes, you didn't. You said that without
No, because
asking.
here's the thing. Here's a fun fact about Fearbolts. They were in a war against their own kin. Not Fearbolts, but giants.
Well, most of them are. Can remember my setting, different sort of history.
True.
I take it you don't know how things work around these parts. So I'll grant you that mercy. I'll explain it to you as simply as I can explain to a young child. While you were starting wars up north, we were hosting talks with the giants of the south. Tell me, what blessings have you received from our ancestors? What tokens of affection, what signs of love and rank and respect have you been given? Did you give peace a chance? Or did you, or
He
were
actually
there
looks.
simply enough poor actors in your end of the world that left you so clouded and so bloodthirsty that you forgot our most sacred of codes?
May I sit down before this is a long story?
No,
No, he actually flips open part of the like a bench part of the carriage. May I sit here?
I wasn't going to bring you anything, so fair enough. Our
We did.
yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Peace was given a chance. We did not fight against the giants. We lived among them as best we could. Yes, there was squabbles, but like with any family, it cannot be avoided. But we loved them for they were our blood. When the Fae came, there was talks of peace. I wished to give peace a chance. It was until it was discovered one of the Fae was killing our children.
And did you seek the elders,
I did.
the storm lords, the old gods?
We did. They asked for They demanded payment in blood for what has happened. And we demanded the one who had caused the travesty. They did not give it to us. Instead, they let their true colors be known. They wanted to use us like pawns in a game of theirs, thus creating our war, thus creating me, my name, my atrocities. I never killed a child. I never killed an innocent. Even my enemy, I let them walk sometimes, unless they refuse to back down.
Nonetheless, you must understand our reasoning. You, as we understand you, as I understand yours, you must understand ours. We did not simply stay and accept what we were given. We demanded and forced more from our kin. We loved, of course, but not with a soft fist like yours. We demanded it with a cold iron one. Each herald giant stood in our borders, that tempted our laws, were smooth without a second thought. Your every fire giant that tried war were slaughtered without a second thought. You were not harsh enough, though I suppose in our both of our willingness to keep the youths innocent and alive, I think we can agree we both did. That being said, our disdain for you Northerners, is not out of any hate or malice. It is out of pity. Pity because you did not push. You did not hold your land with an iron fist, that way future generations will not suffer. It was, at least until the, well, till the Great Migration. Story for those days lost. And the reason, even further. That being said, while I understand your condition a bit more now and your plight, I cannot allow you to enter the tribe, its land, nor can I allow you to walk amongst my well, those serve. That being said, Serve turns towards the large tree in the center of camp. Any questions you may have, he who howls in the mind can explain further. As he raises his staff and stabs it and sort of stomps onto the ground with the staff 2 times. For the third, you hear the ground around the tree ant shift. You see everyone there doesn't seem to be bothered too much and just appears to almost give way to this tree ant. And essentially, you do see as the tree ant, you see this tree ant, this weeping willow which was, I mean, for this environment, didn't really stick out too much because you're kind of pretty. Okay, actually, no, it stuck out quite a bit because you're a good ways away from any tropical land or any really humid land. You see it's as it walks over to you. You see its glowing purple eyes, just almost like seeing right through you. I need everyone who's there, so Gallifrey, Hajime, Lorelai, and Vera, to make me a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I do want to say, upon seeing that this is a mighty tree ant, Hajime does give a like goes to her knee and bows.
All right, make it with advantage then.
And he does this thing because, well,
Yeah, tree ants are
like,
highly respected.
oh, yeah, like you don't disrespect these motherfuckers
Oh yeah.
ever.
Well,
Oh my gosh,
unless they are like tainted by demon or anything like that. In which case, I mean,
Then you kill them motherfuckers. But
yeah, you
if
treat
something
them like
like
any
this,
sort
you
of
respect.
yeah,
oh
you
my
treat them like
gosh,
any other
like
sort of breed.
In the Fey culture, these are
Honor
like
guards.
honor, like you. Her entire circle is built around the green and the tree ants. Just for her seeing one is
And one being under the beck and call of a Furbolg mage or Furbolg tribe, rather. Like,
Yeah.
even one of them,
like,
that's impressive.
oh, she instantly bows. Like, holy
And
shit.
Flutter, do you want me to roll
So yeah,
for
I'm going to use my
Vera?
one free reroll.
Okay, roll with advantage. So, do you want me to roll your thing, Flutter?
All right.
I just imagine the reason why I got natural 20 is because I have awakened plants. To freaking, they help me out somehow.
Oh, he's going to get a migraine.
All right, yeah, 5. There's no avoiding this. You get this. Well, it's not so much of a migraine as it is like this weird, like, unpleasantness around it, around this thing. It's not that it feels wrong. It's that sort of It's not. It's not even
It
that it's
overpowers.
there. It's like its mere presence, yeah, is overpowering.
Mm-hmm. And he's kind of used to this shit, so he's like,
Well, even with this is new.
Yeah.
You've been gone a
like,
while. This is
like this is
entirely
wrong.
not wrong, but
Yeah.
it's how do I put this? You're not used to
I said
encountering.
strong, not wrong.
Oh yeah, sorry, strong. Yeah. That being said,
Mm,
you're saying?
the only thing I can think of is like Hajime has spoken to Koreans before, but not like maybe not one this powerful.
Yeah, and actually specifically with you, actually Nolai, yeah, actually both of you because you managed to succeed so high, quite well. Yeah, both of you can tell. Yeah, there's definitely something different about this type of Treant. As well, Treants, they're tough. They can kick your ass on a one-on-one fight. Yeah, definitely something's odd about this one. Probably off, but you're not entirely certain. As you see, as it sort of roots itself into the ground in front of you. It just you just hear in like your mind this like in the simple, well not simplest, like the most disarming voice as, yes, how can I help you?
I he says his name though with less pride.
Yeah.
I am Gallifrey Killinger, of the Northerner tribe. I wish to know what happens to this tribe.
This tribe. A long story, but not one that can't be shortened. This tribe, I'll type out the name. The Star Stalkers are one of the older tribes. They lay claim to as one of the eldest existing, though, truth be told, they are one of many, one of, they're the oldest known. There are far more existing in the savage lands that are far, far older. And Hajime, you hear in your mind in Druidic, I'll just PM it to you.
Ooh, you're getting all the fancy stuff.
Right? God, I never ever use Druidic. I even completely, half the time I even forget that Druids get their own language.
Well, unfortunately, you're not. We're not playing in a druidic heavy setting, so
Right? So that's probably half the reason.
That is what you hear in Druidic in your mind. It's not really weird. It's not common that Treants speak telepathically. Again, sort of, kind of obvious, but kind of needs to be pointed out. Yeah, and those time all of you can hear. This tribe has held their own, grasping onto life with their ways with an iron fist, and for that they have been rewarded. As you see, as it, as its purple eyes sort of stare into the tribe, which are just minding their own business and quite. Eh, well, some of them are a little. Some of them are kind of on edge upon them noticing your group. But they don't welcome those who wish to change the old ways. You understand why, don't you? Don't you?
he he
As
nods.
they look towards you, Gallifrey.
He nods.
Mm.
Even when like I was around when it was just considered the ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They,
I remember.
yes. Though the tribes here can hide their minds and guard them with a deft amount of skill only seen in that of most commonly most amongst above common mages. I can see glimpses into what they think of you. Northerners, monsters, barbarians, killers, survivors. But I also see in them something they yearn from you. A peace they cannot have. They have spilled less blood than you, that is true. But those that they have killed, they bear a much more significant weight than you could possibly remember. In that sense, neither of you are much different.
He looks saddened.
Hmm.
They may not. They may hate me, but I still consider them
Kin.
kin.
Yeah, almost like in unison, both of you say kin.
And he says this. And he says this out loud,
Hmm.
Yeah.
or like the others, like the other fear bulbs.
Hmm.
Though, again, you see they notice it, but they go about their business. Because she says, they don't see themselves the same as you. Looks like I said, most carry on the surface a level of disdain, distrust. And I have served them for many a generation. Not an easy task, but know this. While I'm not able to inform you of much, I might be able to inform you of what remains of your tribe. Tell me, what were they called?
And he just sighs, probably already knowing the answer. They were
Just like
known.
they let you speak for yourself.
They were known as the Iron Skin.
You see, as they close their eyes for a moment, you see the roots in the ground that as they implanted themselves into the ground, sort of writhe a little bit. They still yet walk, traveling the world, though you may find them to be different now. They have welcomed outsiders. However, despite that, accepting the new, very little has changed in terms of the old. Though, I'm sure you have noticed this amongst your own behavior, haven't you? And sort of raise a finger and
No,
point towards your holstered blunderbuss.
he nods. As with everything in nature, the best way to survive. And he knows he's going to get a echo in this is to adapt.
Yeah. Mm,
And while I don't trust the new ways, he pats the blunderbuss. Has he he has it, but he hasn't used it.
not all recently. You've used it before.
Like, yes, but there's a certain amount of I don't know if this is going to work or not.
He's used it, but he's not actually used it.
Well, you may find that they are far more proficient with those. I'm sure you've encountered an entity that has a similar domain of power.
I have, and you probably already know the outcome to that.
Yes, they pay their respects to her. Those are known as wanderers amongst your kind, amongst the civilized folk. And he said, though, and he says this time the triad switches to giant. They are also known as sinners to the old to those who follow strictly the old ways.
He grits his teeth in this.
It is
Hopefully they don't use my name.
no. For some reason, they avoid your name. Perhaps out of respect, out of your own wishes, or out of dread. I know not.
And he
Though I
starts laughing
can
at that.
inform you, they've attracted to them quite a war beast. You've heard of such a creature, but not seen one. I hope you do not see one of them in a particular circumstance. As to their location, I do not know. They are connected to the grain, but they are also connected to other things that hide their location. Especially considering the name that the old ones give them.
He just sighs. The fact that my tribe has lost its way saddens me.
They've taken up your mantle, hunting the rogue fae in particular. They take no joy, though, if it gives you comfort.
It does. And it doesn't.
Know
Because
this.
what I did, I made sure. The reason why I did it was to make sure that no one would have to follow my way. And yet here they are.
The problem
And
with the past, as you, as your, as your kind would often say, is that it is inescapable. Is it not?
it is. And but this, he actually openly weeps.
As soon as you go back, okay. Yeah,
Mm.
and the
And
sorry.
even if they are not his tribe, they would know for a warrior to openly weep, it takes a great amount of sorrow.
Yeah. Also, reference to Wanderer, gunslinger subclass. Most of them are most of your tribe are gunslingers now.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. One of the
Well,
first
hey,
options
if
to adopt. Yeah.
yeah, well, hey, if I ever if Gallifrey ever dies, well, hey, I now know what I might do.
Yeah. I'll post like what the subclass is more in depth in resources. It's in the
Oh, please do.
let's see, what page is it? Page 4.
And what was the name of this thing?
Let's see. He who screams it. He who screams your thoughts. I believe, but we can look back in the recording.
I thought it was he who screams in your mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he who screams in your mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he and showing the proper amount of respect because he is a Fearbolt,
Yeah.
even though this is not his tribe. Well, it is and isn't. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
You see, as you do full frontal knee, full head onto the ground, kneel. You see, feel a slight tap on the top of your head.
looks up.
You see the Treant sort of just the finger kind of like a little branch extended outwards to sort of tap you because he doesn't want to crush, probably because he doesn't want to crush your head. But you also see that sort of there's no smile, there's no like visible emotion, just probably an attempt to comfort you, like there, it's all okay.
Thank you, Elder.
No,
Because let's face it, for Curiant to be this big, he's even Gallifrey's older.
yeah, the Treant just says, "Oh, thank you for your tribe, the North, were far more kind than the ones here. It is my pride that I encounter one such as you. Now for the rest of you, I'm sorry for ignoring any possible questions you may have, or outright cutting out any possible questions you may had, as they specifically look towards you, Hajime.
She looks at the treant with, I don't know how to describe it, like so many questions. She speaks in Druidic. I am losing my way. I don't know the green as once as I did anymore. Uh, I'm curious of the other universal energies, such as the red, the purple, the blue, and I wish to know more of the old ways of the green.
So, this thing sort of looks to you, tilts their head. I cannot inform you of the old ways, but I can tell you tapping into both two different kinds of universal energies is possible. Again, all in Druidic. Before I forgot.
Right.
Yeah.
As you can plainly tell, I tap into the purple, the mind. Essentially, yeah, this is a psionic treant.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fucking metal.
The
Yeah,
best.
that explains uh the the
Telepathy.
the first it explains the telepathy
And the name.
and the name, and I have spoken with other treants before and explain this that explains why yours is, and she puts a lot of emphasis on diff.
I am a harmless aberration in the mind of my brothers and sisters and kin. That being said, if what you dabble into is dangerous, whereas what I dabble into, the green and the red, or the green and the purple, can work cohesively. You, I fear for you. I
Would
fear that you
I
may lose control. But as they sort of look towards your, mangled arm, I fear that you already have. I hope you
I
haven't.
I I have done things that would make my circle weep. I have seen so much bloodshed and violence, and the
Such is
worst
the
part,
way of the bread. But you walk with those who also touch it. as they sort of look towards Gallifrey, again, all Druidic, Gallifrey, and Norlai. Learn, watch, observe, adapt, and evolve. In that thought, do those, the company of those you trust, and you will find something beautiful, something new.
She has a she has a very weak smile and has that glisten in her eyes. It's not crying, but it's not.
It's at the
It's
brink of tears.
it's the misty eyes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and the last words before they continue to your rest of your party, who are
Yeah.
here, is whether or not it will become beautiful or horrifying will be your choice. And Flutter, or actually Alex,
E.
what questions do you have for this one, for this telepathic treant?
Norlife thinks about it for a moment. It's like, honestly, I have no questions except maybe these two want as I point to the awakened plants because I've been taking care of them. I figured, if anything they want
Yeah,
specifically.
you see, it's like a slight purple orbital. Like, it kind of actually grabs the attention of the locals as they notice it, and it simply responds. They simply respond that I'm not going to do the voice for this one because it's a bit too silly.
Yeah.
Essentially, they want to be they want to follow you on your travels and help you if they can.
Aw.
It's
That's
silly, but
awesome.
it's cute. Yeah, they just want to be broskies with you.
Mm.
That's that's so adorable. But like just like hugging them like that's so adorable.
They then sort of look to you, Hajime, and say, watch, observe the beauty until in Druidic, the beauty of the red.
Her
And
like upon hearing this is the beauty of the red, her mind goes absolutely blank, blue face. Like,
what the
wait,
fuck
come
is
and
are they going on? What does he mean? Okay. That being said, they're just gonna and you, Miss, as they sort of look to you, Vera. Do you have questions? Well, actually out of character. What does Vera know regarding football culture? Aside from that they generally keep to themselves. All right. In that case, we'll go off of what. Yeah. Sorry. Uh, make a history though with disadvantage because there's not a lot of books on Furbolg, tribal culture or anything like that.
And Fearbolgs tend to be very closed off.
anti
Yeah.
antisocial.
Well, not antisocial. If they need, they only socialize if like they need to do trade or anything like that, like the
So
bare essentials.
it's Native American crop.
Ah, okay. 28. Yeah, that's a shame. Let's see here. So, Again, they tend to be closed off. There's not a lot of known tribes. Like, aside from this group, the Star Stalkers, who are the oldest known tribe, who are
Okay.
more well known for because they're primarily consisted of arcane or magic users and well more uh, nimble warriors and things like that. Ergo the name. Uh, they're there's like not a lot known regarding like what they eat, what their daily life looks like, why they practice what they practice. All they know, excuse me, is that they're mostly dexterous sort of warriors, and in addition to druids and shamans, they often have arcane casters as well. As to what extent, I mean, you could definitely tell that they at least have some sort of can confirm further that they have mages, like arcane mages, but yeah. That's not a lot. So, is there anything that you'd like to know about the Star Stalkers? Well, with telepathy, that's the wonderful thing. It can like an entire conversation, if you want, and if you're mentally prepared, can happen in an instant. So, especially with this level of telepath, with this powerful of a telepath. So,
Oh, oh, one of the things, and this can happen after everyone else. And it'll happen after everyone else, but you know where my mall is?
you're good. Oh, yeah. 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 Feel free to.
I'll send you a
Yeah.
how does this sound? After the game, I'll send you a video on Gearbolts.
Well, that, but keep in mind, my lore for Furbolgs is noticeably different. Like the Northern Furbolgs, the lore on Furbolgs, like the video I think you're probably gonna send will be enough to get like a baseline understanding. But Southern Furbolgs I have are different.
Pretty much, it's the same video I sent you.
Of this Furbolg culture, because yeah. Well, yeah, we'll say you can either PM me or post in Ask the GM Anything channel regarding, that. Any questions you may have regarding that.
And I will need your notes on Gearbolts, Auntie.
I will provide it once I've digitized them all, because...
Uh,
oh dear.
yeah.
Damn it! I didn't think this far ahead.
All right. So,
Notes, unfortunately.
regardless, proceeding.
So,
Yeah, though he actually looks up. Oh, speaking of which, this is a long shot, and if you don't know, you don't know. You know where my hammer is.
I'm gonna roll for this, which is not a good thing.
Could I give the tree guidance?
No, this is a D100. I just hope he rolls low if you want to know where it is. If you want like a lot more adventure, well, high. I don't know, maybe not high, like medium or medium to low. I'm just gonna make some room on my table, and yeah, give me a moment.
Yeah, not one. Yeah, it's right over there.
Uh, they tell you that from what they know, it is either somewhere in the Eurasian Badlands, the Russian swamps, or, and it's a bit of a long shot, but the Eastmere Sea, but in the northern islands above the Chicago Royal Empire, in the Eastmere Sea.
Alright.
I have you the world map, so you can, so you can feel free to draw what you want in terms of like, yeah, like, possibly here, probably, yeah.
Yeah, make mention of those locations again so I can mark them on the map.
Yes, the somewhere in the Eurasian Badlands, so like the general Eurasian Empire.
Alright.
The Russian swamps are like the midsection to like of like the of Resh,
Where?
and north of the and probably north of the Chicago Royal Empire, south of those islands that you see there. No,
It's
in Izmir.
Okay.
oh wow! I didn't even see Ysmir. I didn't even
The
know that
Izmir
was a
Sea.
thing.
The Izmir Sea.
Yeah, somewhere in the
It's
East
just-
Sea, and then somewhere in Rush, you said?
Somewhere in the swamps of Resh. Yeah.
Would I at the north, south, west, of west?
It would be like you see all these tropical trees.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically where all the swamp lands are.
Okay.
I have it where yes, there is an equator. Yes,
Ooh.
it is functional. No, you can't sip coconut. You can't crack open a coconut in the Russian swamps. There are no there's no coconut trees there.
Alright, so is that
But we can
all those
no,
locations?
we can,
You
yeah.
can bring your own.
But we can
Okay.
we can bring coconut to the
Oh.
Russian swamps.
Oh yeah, of course. But
No, what you
And,
do is you just throw them in the ocean, and after a few hundred years, they'll migrate there. I know.
Yeah,
yeah.
and the fun thing about that is, like, I think all of us are playing races that can live that long.
yeah.
Yeah, not Flutter.
Oh.
Playing the mouse folk. Not
Sorry about that.
No, Flutter. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Or at least elongate your life. Like the
Yeah.
simplest solution, but not the easiest solution, would be just play pure druid lol. There's other ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see, where were we? Right. The yes. So, any other questions? Anything? No? Alright. So we take it your group returns back to Euralia.
Yes, and he actually gives the news. No.
But yes, Flutter? Well, let's see here. Abdul, let me just, what the fuck? Abdul was just sitting there, you probably assume, judging by his expression, and probably by the tree, they're having their own little discussion. Benor was, Benor's just kind of there. Again, probably having her own discussion.
Right.
In her case, because she's already, psionic, it's probably a lot easier for her. Nolan was out taking care of some other things, though. He's back in Euralia.
Cool.
Doesn't really care. Like, why do I just imagine she just, like, oh, cool, giant tree.
Oh, giant psionic tree. It's been a while since I've seen another one of these.
And Treant's like, wait, you've seen more of me?
Just forget about it, though, ever seeing them. And more the tree tries to pry, the more they realize, oh, this lady's really strong scion or something.
Oh yeah, the pleasures of being a Gith. Yankee.
Yes, Githyanki. Now get this right; those are on a completely different level. That being said,
Well,
yeah. So, do you guys have any questions for the psionic treant or?
No.
Uh, I would say in terms of just general, no, they're very wise. Essentially, how do I put this? You know in Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar with the blue people connecting to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what treants have, but they actually have to take like a few minutes to actually do it.
Yeah.
Um.
Treants, yeah. Oh, essentially
You.
they root themselves into the ground and connect to the grain via a series of roots deeper underground, uh, to like this sort of like essentially a systematic network of like accrued knowledge. Sort of like think like an internet, but
Hmm.
yeah, except only
um,
full blown triads can do this, and not PC
y-
triads.
it was really.
Of what? Syria?
Hysteria.
Hysteria. Of what? Syria? Ah, okay, that bit. Okay, well,
Oh,
congratulations.
Japery. Fucking Japery.
Congratulations,
Hmm.
you've returned to the punish roll.
Uh, uh,
Before
anyway.
our before I forget, no, you get your position drops on the day that you've committed your sin. Okay, so in that case, it's on Friday. Okay.
All right. So.
Oh, trust me, I won't forget this punishment.
Okay, that was obvious. I'm gonna give you a pass. Alex, you're saying?
Uh, okay. So I was about to ask if anyone else had any questions, or if we can move on.
um,
Shriant does telepathically, sort of on the side, give you this really weird concoction using this weird sort of not wine, but like these hops using tree sap. It's kind of sounds kind of weird, but it's appealing.
Hmm.
PMU essentially it acts as coffee without requiring coffee.
Oh.
Just like it acts like coffee, nor like.
Just injects into her veins.
why do I? Yeah, Norlai would be the person who would do that. Well, with that said and done, since they are technically kind of allowing him to stay there to ask the questions of the nice tree person,
Yeah,
he
as
does.
long as you're not
Though they
outside
have been kind of rude to him.
yeah, as long as you're outside the tribe line, tribes like territory, temporary territory, she can the triad can answer any questions you have regarding them within certain limitations.
Yeah, within
That they
region.
do not reveal.
Yeah. Can you please bring back the elder?
That's right. Right. He takes a moment. It just looks over to presumably where the elder is. The elder is indisposed at the moment, which
He
is to
just
say he does not wish to speak with you. But I can relay any questions you may have to him.
he may hate me for who I am, what I am, but know that he is loved. And he goes back into. Yeah, he gets back into the carriage. All right, guys, time for us to hit the road.
Do you say that telepathically or just verbally?
He says that verbally.
And Hajime, you hear in Druidic telepathically, another example of the beauty of the red. If you want, you can make an insight.
Yeah.
If you legitimately are having a bit of trouble, that's fine.
It's a little blue screen of freaking death from the computer, just like
I'm
ding ding.
even I'm blue screening.
Yeah, so
Uh,
good old insight.
We're the emotional motherfuckers.
Yeah, 23. Um, yeah, you get a feeling it's flesh, and well, what flesh does cause emotions. Well, the green is more like plants. They don't really have emotions, direct emotions per se. They're more of like the sort of extreme version of that. Well, the red has a sort of, you can probably guess, has a sort of influence in emotion, beasts and things. It's not just beasts and the desire to survive, but also emotions.
wow, that's kind of poetic, actually.
Yeah, and you could probably guesstimate purple, mind, consciousness, sentience,
Yeah.
just
Uh,
passive thought.
The quote unquote higher being.
Well, not higher beings. It's literally just thought and sentience.
Well, the higher state of consciousness.
Yeah, basically. I essentially think, well,
The different paths of druidicism.
yeah,
hmm
of like
Uh,
quote unquote natural magic. More like different combinations of more like philosophies or like or in some cases like combinations that make it like a different sects. Think of it than like religions, but they don't have like a direct god. They just have they more along the lines of Buddhism.
Yeah. Like,
like say the way of the spore. They are considered the gray,
Oh no,
death,
well green and
decay.
black. The green and the black.
yeah. The black is necromancy gray. I can't remember. What the purple is usually illusionary work
Or mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the mind.
That being said, we're getting a bit distracted.
sidetracked.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
have any questions regarding it, there is a chat for that here.
yeah.
You can ask all the questions, and I'll answer them when I can. Let's see here. So, well, I also have something I need to tell you guys after the game and after the recording is done.
Okay.
So yeah, first and foremost, yeah. So any other questions for the psionic triant?
Uh, Not that I can think of.
No, I don't want to. I don't have any questions, and I don't want to ruin that ending.
All right. They sort of nod. They sort of turn to the villagers, who just to the tribal villagers and the guards and soldier and warriors. They all almost like in unison turn their heads towards him, and then they go back to their everyday work. So it's the triant will say, essentially, may the cycle continue, uh, or continue in it, continue for you in a healthy manner as they make their way back to their previous position or the previous location.
And the same to you as well.
Yeah. So
And when they are good miles away, this is why I don't really. I like treants, but
they're
I've been one in my mind for that long.
I don't know. It seems alright to me.
Indeed,
Oh no,
they are.
they're fantastic. Just that something inside your mind.
In the Feywild,
Psionics are weird.
psionics are
Bingo.
weird. In this is my first encounter with a psionic tree, and uh, in the
Absolutely, just sort
Feywild,
of,
they
you
are
can hear it's just squealing under his breath. Like,
in the Feywild. In the Feywild, treants are very revered. They are immensely powerful, especially I can assume one as old as this one was.
Yeah, he was someone who probably knew why we migrated.
He, I can tell you, I think he did
But
when
that is,
he
but we Fearbolgs have made. I've been around Fearbolgs enough to know that we have chosen to lose. The reason why.
when he spoke to you and he spoke in Druidic, he he knows a lot more than what was saying and letting on.
Well, as tribe elders, they're meant to be. What's the word? Cryptic.
Mm,
Yeah. That's the. That's one of the pleasures of getting old, my friends.
Yeah.
you're allowed to be cryptic.
As fuck.
The more confusing, the better.
Yeah, pretty fucking much.
you
I
see,
mean, imagine Yoda.
Lenore simply says you should have killed it.
Killed the druid?
Yes. I'm sorry, was I not clear? Yes, you should have absolutely decimated, burned it to the ground.
I just imagine the two Wiccan plants, like Wiccan freaking plants behind me just
Oh no,
shaking.
those are. Oh no, those are fine. Those things are fine. They can't. But that thing is too liberal with his ability, with his psionics, to the point where he mark mark those common folk there.
Well,
Could you not tell?
uh,
They're all telepaths.
oh, oh.
It is for this for some for a place known as
Connected to the
culturally
purple as, let's say, where Lenore is from.
or culturally evolved. They seclude themselves. They're leaving themselves weak intentionally. What sort of some sort of code or honor? There's no code
Not
or honor to withhold if you're mindless slaves to the. She just captures herself there.
Well, I'm pretty sure if
Oh,
the treant had
oh,
another way to communicate, it would.
That's what it takes.
Lenore,
It takes
like,
the possession of one stronger mind to control the weaker ones. I could easily break into their thoughts. You want to know what our elder was doing while you were conversing?
What?
you,
He
you
was
tell.
preparing the guards and the warriors to assail you once we left, to kill us. Fortunately, a suggestion here and a force of thought against it there, I've saved your lives.
Are we talking about the treant or the elder?
The elder is weak in mind and will.
Yeah, so that
The
would.
treant stronger, but not much different.
Yeah, so that was the Elder's doing, and I'm pretty sure if the Elder would have done that, the Trian would have probably stopped them.
That's the thing. She didn't. They weren't able to do a thing. If one of me, if I was able to do this, what do you think your mind flayers would be capable of? Combine an isolationist tribe such as this. Can you imagine the sort of havoc they could wreak?
Quite a bit. Why do you tell me, Benor? No. Is it Benor?
Yeah, you know it's a bit more.
Tell me, Benor. Why do you think we keep ourselves isolated?
So that way you think because you to keep your others safe.
Answer the question. And he like goes into tribe mode, like tribe leader mode. Why do you think we keep ourselves isolated? Answer the question.
Because you think it will keep you safe. Because you think you'll keep
Wrong.
others safe.
Wrong. It's so that if someone intentionally tries to attack a fearful tribe, the other tribes will know. We may be isolated, but we're not that isolated. There's a, there's always way, or will always be a way to communicate to another tribe.
Your tribe really are feral, aren't they? They still believe things like that, with abilities like theirs. Make a wisdom save.
Oh joy.
That's one. I gotta take my meds. Natural
Oh,
20. Alright. It's weird. Yeah. Well, probably because you immediately sensed it, or more familiar with it because of the treant and the continuous sort of thing. Probably subconsciously training you to reflexively, but you like almost like shut your mind as you feel something go in, attempt to go in. Impressive. Level of restraint.
You are not the first psionic I've dealt with. You're not even the first Getty Yankee I've dealt with.
But
Make a first and foremost. I'm going to say actually make a. Roll. I'm gonna roll something because first and foremost, yes, she is. Though you, in terms of the name,
Well, you're not the first that I've heard of.
yeah. Make a history check.
yeah, and
Because you
Here's
have heard from
praying.
them from one tribe.
yeah,
That's someone similar, but not like as aggressive as her.
7.
Oh, 7. Yeah, you know, like there's one that, looking back from what you remember of her face, certain features are different, but they're very similar. There's one tribe that encountered one of them. They're a lot more peaceful, but had a similar set of abilities. You know, mental manipulation, things like that.
The tribe that got into contact with you said you were far more peaceful. So I'm guessing that's a different tribe. This is Titan's yet.
That was before our kind unified, yes. That was a long time ago. Being said, my point still stands. You know what we're capable of. It's not magic. It can be detected by arcane means. It's practically untraceable, and it's subtle. It's like a poison. It seeps into your mind and feeds you false hopes, false ideas. And once they creep into your mind deep enough, you're already lost. That being said, if if you're in any way a representative of how barricaded your minds can be, uh, perhaps your tribes can have a semblance of a chance for survival against the oncoming onslaught of monsters and abominations. There are worse things than the Githyi, than your mind flayers, than your illithid. That much I'm only willing to share to you to a certain degree. Now, you wanted to say something to me, Vera. You said you wanted to say something to me, Vera. What was it? I'll answer what I can. She narrows her eyes a bit. She sort of snaps her neck a little bit. If I were not your servant, your knight, your bodyguard, I would kill you on the spot. Because you should not know that. None of you should know that.
And, and what makes you the dictator of what we can and can't know?
She does not respond to that.
Exactly. You have none.
She just glares and stands up. What?
It's, to be fair, it's encroaching on our plane already.
Oh, they know a lot more than you realize.
You see her fingers are. And she takes a quick seat. Yeah, she takes a quick jump back down to her seat. And she like when they people sort of like making. Oh god, what is
Got
it?
really bad news, and they just
Slump.
No, less of that and more along the lines of what they do with their hands, like they run not they run their fingers, but like index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, sort of uh
oh yeah.
fingernails striking against the table. And that's her with her armor. Sorry, soft. Is it? What does being soft have anything to do with?
We get. No, I do think
What
she.
does the texture of your fur have anything to do with the current situation?
Yeah, I don't get it.
She means it's another way of saying weak-willed.
I do think she has a right to know of this.
I agree. They
They've
even
been
have
doing
technology from other planets.
they've been they've been called that was I actually am convinced that Beastful Planet plain touched by the devil influence, and that planet we went to was that Beastful Planet.
But
No, it wasn't.
No, then my suspicions gone.
Why?
Say that to the Seven Nobles Guild.
Well, to be fair, Gallifrey, well, they doing that so that the people don't freak out.
yeah,
Imagine,
uh, mm,
Can I say something?
please do.
Well, no, I may not be the smartest one amongst us, all things considering but I've been around the longest. Well, I don't know exactly how many moons our friend here is, as he points to the north, but I have, but let's actually talk about my interaction with the Fae when they came. He actually turns to Hajime. How much
mm,
of a culture shock do you think a primitive tribe of warriors, hunters,
Bless
people?
you.
Pretty much, we were in the Bronze Age, and yet there were these to us people of beings made of iron, metals, walk upon our lands with
mm,
seemingly no soul, only to show that there was flesh underneath the metal.
mm. Funny because the winners write history. To
Yeah,
us, to us, the Green Knights were clothed in ironwood and silk.
it's funny you should mention the winners write history. Your people lost that fight.
Did they though? They got what they wanted.
Now, what did they want? Because even now we do not know. Like, I don't know. And I've been thinking of it for over the millennia I've been alive.
The I am a servant of the Green. The Green Knights are forefathers. They tell us in written and spoken history that they wanted unification. They wanted the Furbolgs to join them for whatever purpose took is lost to history.
And I'm going to tell you what I told the elder. Our tribe did not start this fight. Yours did.
And yet your tribes are scattered, at least somewhat isolated, and in the Feywild.
And honestly, good for them. They are safe. They are happy. And that's all one could truly want.
It would be nice to know the true reason why the Green Knights came to the village, to your tribes. But like my nana, my caretaker, my aunt would say, there's three sides to every tale: your side, my side, and what actually happened.
Is that
That's that was the more than two sides.
no? Oh, sorry.
Uh, okay.
But
It's
but
fine.
but honestly, I can actually tell you why they came.
God damn, hold on. My guest.
You're
I
good.
can tell you why they came though. For that much for sure. We were the stories of them coming to help us during a harsh winter was accurate, but we did not know the trickiness of the Fae. They claimed to want for nothing, and yet when we found the man who murdered children, my son, we we imprisoned him as was our custom. So a trial. Your people came and demanded that he be freed. Obviously, we did not.
Uh,
Really,
push to talk.
thank you, Flutter. I lost my space.
No, push to talk, please.
Wait, what is going on?
We can hear your background. You may want to go back to push to talk. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
Look, it's your fault
Uh,
for having a great mic, okay?
I don't
A
want to
great
hear
and
your
clear
bull.
mic.
I don't want to hear your bullshit.
I do though. Keep
I'll
going.
be back for dinner, saying how I'm not doing much. I'll be right back.
But as I was saying, they demanded we freed him into their custody. We declined as, tell me, does the death of young by one's hands incur the wrath of a parent, incur the wrath of a tribe?
I'm sorry, what?
Does the death of a child incur the wrath of your tribe
The tribe?
or
Uh,
your people?
people. God, I can't.
Does the
What?
death of a child incur the wrath of your people?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what would the Feywild do.
They do
Because
value
that,
innocence above all. They do value, at least the Sealy Fae court do value, you know,
The innocent,
the innocent.
but they wouldn't go through with a trial.
No, they just outright execute them.
Hmm. Uh, the perpetrator would get outright executed.
And that is what the war was about. Turns out someone was playing both sides. Thus, why I had to stay in my hands, why I became a boogeyman to your people.
Why they, why mothers tell their young, to watch out for the mortals, or else big bad Gallifrey will get them in the night.
Or in some cases, watch out for those mortals and their big muscular. No, no.
You're
Gallifrey,
literally, you're literally the boogeyman. Parents tell their kids to watch out for the rest of the world because of your actions. The entire reason that the Fae don't want to do business with the mortals is because of what happened.
Um,
and he actually chuckles at that. They tell you that it was only one man who fought in that battle, correct? That I slew millions of elves and
or
other fae.
yeah, it wasn't elves because Eladrin. Yeah,
Ladrin,
make a history check.
yeah,
Hajime.
I will guidance myself.
Okay, 12. For the most part, yeah, actually, that's the case with most
15.
face callers. Though, there's like a few people that say otherwise, but most people don't take them seriously.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
The That's what a 15 gets.
Yep, basically.
Uh,
How would you how would you like a bit of history?
Well, we can do. You can explain, elaborate, like, PM that to Mass after, or no, yeah,
Nancy,
Thursday
Nancy,
afterwards.
Uh,
Nancy.
yeah.
It is getting a bit late.
Well, wow. Didn't
There's
get.
a lot to go through.
Yeah.
So
Thanks,
yeah,
Lucky.
yeah. Again, I understand. It's
Right
just that
rude.
we've got a lot to go over.
I only had one last thing to say about that.
Oh, okay.
And,
Sorry.
Yes,
yeah.
please.
What was one
Beyonce.
person was actually an army. And then he ends it at that.
She just muddles under her breath. Well, you can change with your intense or first-hand knowledge, you'll obviously change the opinions of the Fae and our official records, or official whatever it's called, the official opinion.
Official
Consensus.
opinions of people cannot be changed. And again, ended at that.
Yeah. All right. And as you finish that conversation, you do your right back, and we will continue. Uh, Not next week, but downtime for the rest of you guys. So, Master, what is Hajime up to for the rest of the day?
Uh, I'm going to actually use and abuse
Use.
some
Mm.
uh, the newfound privileges that we get,
All right.
and I'm going to requisition some some what is it, void level uh
Clearance files or like introductory files, or
yeah,
like a table of
introductory
contents listing of like what's expected or what's available.
right.
All right. So what you get is not a like a book. Instead, they walk over to you. They bring you over to like a separate room with a person inside, sort of looking over your shoulder, and they just leave you in a. They put you in a room with like a single glass, like sheet of glass. like just literally a sheet of glass with a little metal thing attached to it.
Okay.
The person will explain. Take a seat and press the button on the side of it, attached to the metal bit.
She does.
All right. Light comes to life. Essentially, this is a tablet, and you see like several dozen files. Uh, Dozens become hundreds. You sort of open through it, and oh god, make an investigation check, and tell me what exactly you're looking for in particular.
First to the investigation.
Right. What are you looking for in particular?
I'm looking for clearing. Firstly, uh, classified information on the all risen, what is classified on the void and void entities, and any classified information on the different natural energies, such as the red, the green, the purple. You get the point.
Yeah. In terms of the natural energies, all that is known is public. All that they know is what is publicly known. They released that knowledge on that about. Let's see here. What I got for my notes here. Yeah, about 1,500. No, 1,500. Yeah, 1,500 years ago. So Bronze Age. Yeah, it's kind of disheartening on that front because kind of hoping they had a little bit more, but that's all they know. And was labeled, and it was known due to it being a simple and relatively comprehensive subject matter for most druidic orders and naturalistic orders,
Right.
and relatively less complex than arcanists, what arcane casters use on a daily basis.
It makes sense.
In terms of void creatures, let's see here.
The void as an entity, void creatures.
Void as an entity appears to there appear to be harmful physiological, psychological effects due to exposure to or due to entering the void. That much is known, but to the extent as it lists, uh, um, psychological, mental processing atrophy, physiological mutations, like you know that stuff. But there's also other things like some uh, ability to cast spells, in some cases resulting in aberrant mind sorcerers or psionic sorcerers. Some of them, its presence to the void itself can sometimes actually remove their literal brains, as in, like the moment they come back, it's gone, and when they're put back into the void, they reappear. Though further exposure tends to, once they return, they resulting in them being unable to return to the material plane. Well, due to the obvious, resulting in to them becoming, well, void cultists, which is a literal, if you put into context, is a literal full-fledged admission that yes, they have done this before dozens of times, and yes, they have intentionally banished people there and sent their brain along well, the yellow brick road of madness.
Huh.
There's no way to treat it, and it's kind of odd, but like in comparison, it's they rather like that's why they don't send anyone there. Though there is a genetic marker for people who do that, it only affects half the no, less than 0.5% of the population. And
Okay.
they currently have people overwatching these individuals with this genetic trait to essentially prevent them from ever going into the void at all. In regards to the alt, Oh, a genetic trait that essentially, if they ever enter the void, their mind literally, if they go back to the material plane, just blips out of existence. Though their body reactivates and so does their brain reappear once they enter the void. They don't know how or why, but they've like they're currently still researching that.
Huh.
There's a
And
bunch of
actually,
other things that are rather well horrifying. In regards to creatures in the void, currently, let's see here. What is what is publicly known is not what is you know what is just known to the Seven Nobles Guild. There are dozens of others listed there, though there are no images regarding them. There are just names, and rather gruesome cases of what's happened to people that have encountered them, such as amnesia, loss of life, loss of existence, and several other things.
okay.
Yeah. Right. And let's see here. In regards to the All Risen, let's see here. There are what you know in particular is not what the public knows. Let me just pull up the physical book for one moment. All right. There are 17 All Risen. There's no. That doesn't say known. It is. There are 17 All Risen. They are the Accursed Archive, a library filled with horrifying secrets of things known and unknown. The Ashen Wolf, a hungering. Yeah, yeah. The Ashen Wolf, the manifestation of nature's wrath, named to that of a wolf. The Blackthorn Grove, a manifestation. This is their wording. Of let's see here of the combination of the green and the red, or the first manifestation of the green and the red, its source of origin, actually, was is theorized and hinted at by certain Fey spies to be one of the founding members of the uh, known Sealy courts, one of their leaders. Though again, as an experiment, essentially, uh, and a failed attempt at exterminating their experiment. Currency conspiracy, the manifestation of the idea and knowledge and use of currency, their manipulation of the international markets are unknown as to what extent. But yeah, the Eternal Citadel, a mysterious and eternal uh, this building that exists somewhere in the void that is somehow separate from it, that preserves what they believe to be the souls of the pure-hearted. The fallen exile, an outcast star, an outcast sentient star, forbidden graveyard, the veil between life and death, as overwatched by the Grim Reaper, the gelatinous convocation, the manifestation of the first ever recorded sentient gelatinous creature, the Grey Portrait, the manifestation of an artist's extremes to create the perfect, well, expression, the Keeper of the Depths, an unknown entity that exists and possesses information beyond that of which the gods have chosen to forget. Perfect chord, the manifestation of music itself, though hearing the perfect chord would result in either death or eternal loyalty and madness to it. The Serpent Empress, an an eldritch entity of unknown power, possibly beyond that of a god, able to that essentially wishes to enslave all sentient life under their rule. For what reason is unknown. The Shadow Cat, the first ever recorded instance of an entity that exists consistently in dreams. The Storm Lord, the manifestation of all forms of storms, as well as law and order. The Warrior Saint, essentially an arbiter between the forces of the cosmic order, forces of good and evil, punishing them both equally and viciously. The Weaver of Lies, the what is theorized to be the entity that told the first lie, and then the Wild Huntsman, which is theorized to be the entity born from, well, sentient lives or not sentient lives, but essentially, how do I put this? Essentially, a sentient creatures, or quote unquote sentient, much like you or elves or dwarves, their desire to hunt and kill, and the joys that they take in hunting and killing. Because despite the sort of haughtiness of elves and some other races, the the rush from a kill, is consistent throughout. So it's theorized that this is the first creature to ever, well, feel that, but its identity is unknown, and its form tends to shift to that of a dwarf, that of an elf, human, resulting in general unknown in that sort of sense. So yeah,
Well, while this is happening, uh, what sort of does my does the Grove have any like any reaction towards any of specifics?
none recorded.
Well, no. This is
It has,
like
as far as the records here say, there's no recorded instance of any person who has made a pact with them, having any sort of visceral or otherwise reaction to like anything Fey or any specific Fey. Keep in mind, any recorded.
that's not exactly what I'm asking. I'm
Oh,
asking as a warlock of the Blackthorn Grove, is there any names, any of these that elicit a reaction from the Grove?
no, not from what you can see.
Not even like the Ashen Wolf?
The Ashen Wolf, like a if you could if you can if you could sense like eyes rolling, like yeah, probably because there's a little
Hmm.
bit of, from what
Like
you know, there's
that
a slight,
jackass.
oh yeah, that guy.
Well, like outside the game, the Ashen Wolf wants to burn and eat the heart that lies in the Blackthorn Grove.
Yeah, as because the Blackthorn Grove is the is the first ever manifestation of the green and the red working cohesively. A lack of knowledge of logic and or not logic, but of empathy and emotion, uh, combined with empathy and emotion. But yeah,
Hmm. I can't think of anything else. Uh, the person who informed us, whatever her name was, she mentioned cognito hazards.
mm.
Uh, what sort, what sort of blacklisted information are on cognito hazards?
Cognito hazards. Well, essentially, as you try to access that, anything regarding like any specific cognito hazards is censored, as in, like it's like intentionally blurry image.
Oh, it's been any information has been redacted.
Well, no, any image has been redacted. The
Any
information is
image.
like essentially like your broad spectrum. Like there's some cognito hazards that can actually are somewhat not beneficial but less detrimental that can be used to essentially build up a resistance. Though that is usually in the form of sort of training that and essentially any class that would have proficiency in wisdom and charisma saves would get. So like paladins, warlocks, list goes on.
And does it have to be both charisma and wisdom, or is it just one
It's
or the
charisma
other?
and wisdom, yeah, because cognito hazards affect your sense of self and your sense of reality. They don't affect your
I'm,
knowledge.
I'm okay. That's actually kind of interesting. Uh,
At least again, that's how they determine it. Keep in mind as things go on further down the line, yeah, that may change.
uh, if I think of anything else, I'll ask you.
Yeah. Uh, Alex, what is aside from nerd shit that everyone else is doing, what is Norlai hopefully doing?
Oh,
What sort of Chad ness is Norlai getting up to?
all right.
Drinking with the boy.
Yeah, I had a drinking competition set up with like Goliath because he said he could outdrink me, and
Alright.
that just
Make a Constitution saving throw then.
I'll outdrink a monkey. I can outdrink you.
Alright. Alright, 24. Okay. Well, it's gonna be 1 for the entire thing because. Yeah.
yeah, they don't want to do multiple rolls to see who.
You know what? Yeah, let's just do multiple rolls. So roll 2 more times for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll roll digitally or yeah, I'll roll manually because I like the clickety clack of my dice as I'm hit against my table.
It's
All
fun, isn't
right.
it?
Yeah, it is.
I act-
Let's see.
I actually just purchased some cheap metal ones off of Amazon.
Hmm.
Oh, how much?
$10.
Oh, no, I'm not
That's
laughing
not a
at you.
bad
I'm laughing
price.
at the roll. Sorry. Let's see here. Okay, so you essentially are the victor. Do you claim your prize? Which is yes, an innuendo.
Yeah. God.
Or do you just let him be? Or you just rub it in his face? Ah, you couldn't outdrink me. I win. You lose.
It's one of those things you be like, told you I could outdrink you, keep on drinking. Like take another drink and just
Yeah.
like do on my other basis, be like, and be like, I'll take you on another time if you feel like you can take me again.
Like that scene in what is it, Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark.
Oh God. I think I know what scene you're talking about. Oh God. Yeah. That's a fun one. Lost Ark. Like storytelling wise, didn't make sense. Didn't need Indiana Jones, but eh, whatever. That's pointless.
Yeah. All right, so next thing I wanted to do was to buy the stat gems.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check,
All right, investigation
and do feel free to tell me what you're looking for.
12. I'm looking for dexterity increasing ones.
All
Dexterity
right.
short. Yeah.
Let me just pull it up here.
Failing to find it on my own, I'll use the resources of Seven Wars Guild to be like, hey, can you point me out to one that actually
Yeah.
is coming?
This is. I'm assuming you're using the resources from the Seven Nobles Guild for this.
Yeah, to find the best one.
Yeah. Or find yeah. So, uh, with the this will break the DC. Don't worry. But you do manage to find a place. they have a singular flawless gem for sale. It takes the form of like this. Oh god, like sort of like a signet ring, but instead of like for your finger, it's like or instead of like it's like a signet amulet essentially. Which let's see here will run you down 100 gold, 1,000 gold pieces, or 100 platinum for the
Alright.
piece.
Alright, so that would increase my dexterity score by
3.
3. Alright, do they possibly take requisitions to take so I can have one that increases it by more?
No, but you can get multiple.
You can have up to 3 on the same attunement slot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was.
There's a level, limit, but yeah.
But isn't it like we can do up to 3 at this point, or is it only 2? I don't know.
Let me check here. 'Cause
There's no level limit.
I believe. Hold on, let me check the thing I had. Oh gosh darn it! Why are you doing this, Roll20? Why are you like this? I thought what we had was special. Not Roll20, Drive. So I pay the yearly fee and all that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Pretty much, I'm just going to let the since we're pretty much watching, like waiting for Auntie. How is everyone?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I have no complaints. No one would listen if I did.
Oh.
I got to spend the last couple days playing with fire again.
Oh dear.
More accurately, molten.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yep.
Here it is. I'm posting it. I'm gonna post and pin it into resources. Yeah, there is a level limit, or a crystal attunement limit. Since they do occupy the same attunement slot, the more you level up, the more crystals you could essentially, or piece of jewelry you could attune to.
So our cap is 3.
At
Currently.
the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pin it here. It's at,
Okay.
it's at 16th to 20th level that it becomes 4.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
21st to 25th level, it will be 5, and so on and so forth. To actually 30th, to 26th to 30th level.
Alright, so the question is if I'm specifically asking if they have a set of ones that have like 3 flawless in them so I can get like a 9 to my dexterity.
+9. Let's see here. Yes, the first one that they have is ready to purchase immediately.
Yeah.
However, any further ones will require substantial cost to, pay for.
How much?
It'll be 2,000. It will be in total 4,000 gold pieces for both +3s, because there's also the whole cost of adding in metal, as expensive metals and things like that.
Alright, so 4,000 you said?
4,000, yeah.
Alright.
Gold.
That
Or 400 platinum.
yeah, that's easily done for that.
Do you actually, while you're there, could you requisition me a +2 con one?
That would require a separate check.
Oh, okay, never mind. I know this is just for deck, but just a little bit more. 14 more health would be really nice.
Alright, so alright, I spent the cash. Is it gonna take time for them to do the project
Yes. It'll take them about, let's see here, to get all the materials and to pay to get someone skilled enough on site. It'll take about, let's see here, a week
or a
for
week?
it to be done.
Alright.
The people that they have are really high end. They mostly serve to nobles, so they got a lot of resources on hand. So this is like not even too much of a problem, but it'll still take time.
But yeah, a week's understandable. Alright, so I already paid the man, I just gotta wait. Okay. Next thing I did want to do is buy another pot of awakening so I can create an awakened plant for the hateful borer uh, seeds. Like, I have those. So another investigation guy should find some
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Nothing can go wrong with this.
investigations. Like, you two are getting
Oh
another
my god,
sibling.
are we getting a? Oh my god. Hmm. I get the feeling we're going to be dealing with someone with an army of plants now.
Well, just more for like like for the purpose of just regrowing ingredients.
I mean,
Fair enough.
yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, uh, I need to do something with those plants.
Oh, that's how. Oh yeah, because I gave you a sample of each one so you can experiment on it, except for the wild onions.
By the
Well,
way, now that I get to say this, congratulations, you're a mother.
You know,
Alright, that's adding another week to your sentence. Congratulations.
it'll be fair if someone can outdrink Norlai, she would soon become a mother because she would hop the person.
Alright, let's see. Where are you?
Oh
Can I
my.
get drunk,
Oh.
technically speaking?
Gosh darn it. Where are you, you gosh darn thing? I know you're here. Looky here, buckaroo. If I don't find... Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, not much better. See? Alright, so your investigation check was a 16. Yeah, it's actually a lot cheaper here. Only 500 gold for a pot of awakening.
Is it done? Good man.
Alright. Yep, you just yep, go ahead. Just
Alright,
add
so
another pot.
it's about
It'll take a week for the thing to grow because
yeah.
you know
I read it. It takes a month,
oh yeah,
relatively.
sorry. Yeah, a month, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I read in the pod. Unless you want to change it to think if that's too long.
No, it takes about a month. I just forgot.
Yeah.
His brain.
So that's a month. I just gotta remember to add another pod awakening, so I'm aware that yes, I have a third plant. Or soon. So after that, let's see what else.
It's essentially making your own pet, so
Yeah.
Hmm.
it's relatively harmless. Come on.
Alright.
Do it, but it's still expensive because you're making an entire pet.
Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do with my downtime is see what I can do about focusing the mandrake's properties of bypassing the poison condition into alcohols. Because if I can make
Also, I misread it. It's alright. I need to pull up again
why?
because I think if you succeed the Constitution save, you get all your first level spell slots back.
Yeah.
Not just one, all of them.
It's really good, but
Especially for newbie adventurers, and even experienced if you use spells like shield and all.
yeah. But I just want to make sure that the property of like bypassing like being able to like get the poison condition from this thing, even if you're like immune to that, is
This will take the rest of your day, so make a nature check.
straight up nature. Okay.
Yeah, straight up nature, because this is like researching.
That's it. God.
You want to use your one's perception on this?
Yeah, because it's like we're gonna be ending the session anyways. Then we're just trying to mess by how much time we ever have left out here
Yes.
trying to figure this out.
Also, I'm really sorry, Jack. I really want you to get more, time to do stuff, but you're kind of catching the tail end of this group doing shit.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, that's why I was.
Yeah, it's not poison. It's not so much poison as it is like hallucinations. It's
Oh.
poisonous, but yeah.
I thought as you said if like it bypasses
That's right. You
like
take poison damage if you fail cons. If you take more than one
so it's
per
not
day.
like if you can get poisoned with this thing even if you're immune to the poison condition.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you
I
take poison damage rather instead.
okay.
So,
I
so for the average person, it could very well kill them. But for a mage, it'll hurt you if you fail the save, and you still get the regain all your spell slots. But it
uh,
is poisonous.
okay. I miss. It must have been just like you misread the information, or I'm just
Yeah,
misremembering.
I misread it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but essentially, the hallucinogenic effects are work in tandem with the ability to recover, or regain, or re-soothe your spell limit for
Okay.
first
So
level spells. Though again, doesn't have the same effect for potential very powerful warlocks. They don't. It's useless for them. Clerics, druids, paladins, all those guys, full casters or half casters that use normal spell slots. Yeah, they benefit from it, but yeah, still.
I'm actually curious, because I want to start experimenting with some more illicit herbery.
Well, this isn't
Uh,
illicit, but yeah,
no,
I'll
no.
post it here.
Well, I'm curious if,
It'll pin it. Yeah.
say you were to put some spores in there from a hallucinogenic shroom.
Yeah. So let's see here. In addition, there's also for that require so. Sorry, remind me again what you were trying to do. My
well.
brain just flatlined again.
Uh, oh, yeah. Ask. Okay.
Yes, because I know you want to try to find out if there's a way to do reduce the downsides and amplify the benefits.
Yeah, that's alternatively is what I did do. It was like I
The
was.
hallucinogenic effects of Mandrake root is it works in tandem with the ability to regain your spell casting abilities at first level. It's kind of out of you have to have one you kind of with the other. You can't otherwise it. They essentially how do I put this? It's it's like taking the like sort of sourness out of like lemons. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. And you could only like you can only do that if you had something else in tandem to counteract it.
Yeah, or something of equivalent effect of the sort of hallucinogenic effects.
All right, fair enough. All right, knowing that, the next thing I did want to do was see what those mint mushrooms do because I know they like you said they were mint mushrooms, but I don't remember any other
Yeah,
details.
they're literally just they're mushrooms, but they're minty.
Ah,
Yeah.
um, okay. With the rest of my downtime before session ends, I'll be making some more alcohol. I'll see if I can make some minty alcohol.
All right, that'll be weird.
It'd be
Almost
interesting.
horrible. Why would you want to
Well,
do that?
Excuse me, Snops.
Oh yeah,
That's
Snops is a good.
Yeah, fair. Okay, I rescind that comment.
I'll
I'm
make
sorry.
some minty Snops.
That's just snows, but okay.
Yeah.
Mas, what were you doing?
uh, if I can, I want to purchase like some growing pots, I want to start like like a herbery, and I was going to take normalize awakened shrubs. And is this the right? Yes.
Put them out back. Okay, I see. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna not flowers for Algernon. Essentially, put them out back and show them the sunset, so to speak. But okay, this is fine.
Let's not get dark here, Auntie.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what Mass does half the time.
Oh,
I
so
don't I don't know
essentially
what he
making
has.
them bigger and healthier.
Understandable. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you managed to do so. It's a little weird because they're sentient. They're kind of aware of what they're somewhat aware of what you're trying to do, but it's weird. You haven't really done this to awaken plants before, especially not some plants like these. It's not unpleasant though. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
There. This should provide you with more materials.
Thank you.
Will essentially effectively double your output for until
Yeah.
you until the next time. In which case, it'll go back to normal.
No, this is permanent.
Is it? Let's see here.
It just takes 10 minutes to do so, and then they're just permanently double that size.
Oh yeah, then yeah. Never mind. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Uh, the next one will cost you.
I'll make sure to properly pay you. Say thank you to nice lady as the shrubs just shake and thank you.
They jiggle, they wiggle, they all that shit. That being said,
They
uh,
and I wiggle and I jiggle.
no, that's it. Okay, you know what? There you go. You get into the corner.
Alright.
Where I rightfully belong.
Yeah, before I forget, I gotta roll.
Go ahead. It's all right, Flowery. Take carefully. Actually, just before you go, what would Vera like to do before calling it a day for the first for that day? All right, understood. Take it easy. Armored. What is Gallifrey going to do?
Gallifrey is going to take that information he got from the Treants and give it to the fancy people. Like, hey, you said you wanted to know where my hammer is, right?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, who?
To the guild.
They. Oh, okay. Also, yeah. All right.
And I talked to a Korean who was probably there before the Great Migration.
If you're referring, they'll essentially tell you that if you're referring to the, if you're referring to the Star Stalkers, unfortunately they are out of the jurisdiction of the Seven Nobles Guild, as per some odd agreement with, as per some sort of subtext in the Chicago Royal Empire's contract. For some reason,
I don't think I
Nobles
meant to.
want them to.
I don't think I said anything about that.
Ah. You said a local trio, so they assume that you're talking about the. That I know, what you are. And they assume that you referring to them, so. To that one.
No, they want to be left alone, and I am respecting that. What I'm saying is this is a probable area of where my hammer is. Like, and he marks them on a map.
Alright, so the Arisian Badlands, the Reshian Swamps, and somewhere in the ocean of Ismir. Alright, yeah, they'll see what they can do, but no guarantees because Reshian Swamps are infamous for being extremely difficult to traverse unless you have or, well, the rest of the world calls them corpse shepherds, but in Resh they just refer to them as shepherds. In the Arisian Empire, again, no guarantees. Battle ones are treacherous for having a lot of banditry and a lot of being generally inhospitable. And Isamir, it's an entire sea. Please, just don't hope for too much
Yeah.
from that place.
Do you have a diviner?
Yes, however, like, regarding if they've done it before, regarding somebody who claimed to have wielded it once, so yes. Understood. I understand.
What?
I understand.
Letter?
Okay.
What?
What's going on now? I can't hear them.
Uh,
I'm completely lost. What is she being? What?
Dark humor, super offended, and
Okay. Look, Dark Haven happens for that time. All you can do is just
he's gone.
yeah, they're gone.
yeah.
So
What? What sort of dark?
well,
I was paying attention, but like,
the sunset thing. Anyways, moving on from that. Let's see here. So let's see.
ugh.
Well, considering
seriously.
I'm, well, honestly, considering I'm the person who made the thing,
Yeah. That being said, still understandable. Everyone has their limits. Some of them have hard. Some people have harder limits than others. Nevertheless, let's see here.
never hurts to try.
Sometimes it does, unfortunately.
I'm willing to pay.
Not everyone is. That being said, focusing on the task at hand. Let's see where were we? Right. Where were we? This is okay. Yes. So regarding Gal.
Auntie, I feel like you're not listening.
Yeah, sorry, my brain just flatlined because I'm split between two sections right now.
No, I said, like, yes, I am willing to pay for the divining. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but
All right.
then you're like, oh, like, say something completely random.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Again, my mistake. Sorry. In regards to the divining, it's let's see here. Let's see here. That'll be detect object, was it? No.
I think detect object would be it. It's actually be like to find a specific object.
Not detect object. Find object.
Oh yeah, find object.
Yeah.
But
You
let's-
do know I. You do know I can get both of those
Where is
items.
it?
I can.
I keep forgetting the
I
name
know
of this
detect.
spell.
I know detect object and locate creature.
Locate object, I think. Yeah, no, it's locate object. My apologies. It's all the thing is that it only affects a 1,000. You can only know if it's within 1,000 feet of you. That's about it.
Yeah.
So
But
there's
it
no
also
worldwide
points.
thing regarding that, unfortunately.
Oh,
Hold
it's
on,
not like.
let,
Is it not like detect locate creature, where it points you in the direction?
Yeah, but it has a very limited range, that being 1,000 feet.
I was talking about get a map and, like, have someone, like, do the pendulum.
That would not. That actually, I don't think is.
That's technically divining.
No, the specific spell.
Oh. Okay.
Go
So
by 5th edition rule set.
it, at this, it's one of those things. Would be where we're just trying out suggestions. We're not trying to go by official. We're just trying to be like, this is what I want to do. How much would it cost me to do? And just like, so I can get a general look direction.
Because he's probably going to start heading into one of the directions. Of course, he's going to ask the group because he's not a dickhole. Like, hey, yeah, guys, we're going this way.
Alright. Let's see. So, let's see here. Let's see. Where the fuck is the? No, that's not what I'm looking. There we are. So, alright, specific reclamation spell. Sorry, I'm just trying to pin down a specific one because I don't want to say that. You know that if something's out of the gate because technic because if yeah, I'm unaware that I may be there. We just do a nation.
Let's
Or is
Unless
it?
you have a first sword that I can stick my hand into.
No.
I get that reference.
Let's see, where are you?
Alright, so. Oh, let's see. Not that.
Now, locate object only affects 1,000 feet. I'm not finding. Like, maybe there's one, but I'll say for at the moment, there's none that the guild is can
Can't
immediately
you,
explore
like,
from
storyline
here.
something?
Sorry.
Oh, legend lore. It
Oh, right, legend lore.
Yeah, because like if you, as long as you know the name of the object you're looking for, you learn everything about it, maybe even the story. So you can probably find a story of like where maybe it was last spotted.
Yeah. Let's see. For this, in addition to the, let's see here. They need. Let's see here. About 2,000 gold pieces to hire somebody to pay for somebody who to cast legend lore.
Just puts a large bag of money in hand. And you can message me what they say afterwards, because I feel like we should get, I think we should get to, 14.
17.
Let's see
Yeah,
here.
Sorry.
it's been a long night. I understand.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack.
Yeah, yeah. All
Sorry,
right.
I was zoned out. What happened?
No, we're just talking about
Yeah.
involving you
I'm,
before the session ends and shit.
17. They're not 18. This isn't Dragon Ball.
is that
No, you
60?
cannot. Yeah, sorry.
Jesus.
Oh.
All right, so I'm
Well, I
gonna.
know how your character swings. So
Yeah,
okay.
I almost forgot to roll my bros price for making that all call, so I gotta do that. No, get that out of the way before I forget.
Yes. So brew supplies, please. Okay.
13.
That.
Easily.
Gallifrey. Yeah. So they can get you that person within a. Let's see here. They can get you somebody there within. Let's see. About. Yeah. Again, about 4 days, but it would require a 2,000 gold piece payment.
Puts down 4,000 gold pieces.
They hand you back the 2,000.
We do not accept tips here.
Yeah, it's not. If you want to give them a tip,
Yeah, it's one of those.
they just deliver the money to the person.
Yeah, so.
So any excess would not be. How do I put this? Any excess they don't really.
No, I mean, like, he, added 2,000 to the, money already given.
Money already given. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
you. Oh, you paid them before, and then you paid them after. Okay,
No,
I can.
it's just immediate payment. It's like 2,000. That's it. I probably misspoke, so that's
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah, it's a one by payment of like what was it, 2,000 gold, so 200 platinum.
Yeah, it's 200 platinum or 2,000 gold, whichever you have, they'll take. They even
He
take
gives 2,000
yes.
platinum.
200 platinum.
Yeah, it's 200. Yeah, again, missing. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good. That being said, so that's done. They'll get the person should be visiting you within about 4 days. They'll send a message. They'll send a sending to you. You know, on the day that they arrive and where you can find them, as well as their name and yeah, their name and where you can find them. You're just to tell them your name and oh dear.
Sorry about that. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, I just had to pull up my notes again. More along the line, yeah. Essentially, essentially they'll send a sending to you regarding when they arrive, as well as let's see here, as well as their name. You are essentially for this sort of thing, you just tell them your name, they confirm, and you know, in this case, they'll bring you to a carriage within city limits.
Alright.
Let's see here. Yeah, but that being said, yeah, they're that's easily doable on their end.
Lovely.
Just know that as per the expert, let's see here. It's the information you may receive may be a bit vague, though. Hopefully, you find what you're looking for from their
Mm-hmm.
reading.
And he also
Spell
messages
legend
his.
lore is odd.
And he also messages the party like, "Hey, I'm doing this. If I get good information, I'm gonna ask ask you guys if we could like try and find it. But that's only if I get good information. I'm not going to drag you guys around the map."
Yeah. That being said, also last thing, the person that they have contracted is a bit eccentric, even by most,
Their standards.
even by mage me, even by the bar of mages in general.
Oh, you hired that guy? He's crazy.
The technical term for mages would be that they have mage's madness, where they're not able to discern reality from what they've created. It's more common amongst wizards, but yeah. As for clerics, they have their god to anchor them. Warlocks, the patron. Bards, literally the confirmation, literally the weave itself. So yeah, wizards and sorcerers, wizards and sorcerers, they have a bit of a harder time there. That being said, yeah, they're generally okay. Just if they do anything harmful, to inform them as soon as possible, so that way they can, if they are, well, how do I put this? If they are unfit, they can, at the very least, guarantee that at the very least, that person receives the knowledge that they kind of push the limit there. Because there have been several cases where certain wizards, especially who've been under contract under the guild, kind of push too many boundaries with people, especially even with their reading. It's which they do. Again, that's why they even give the disclaimer that the information they give to you may not be entirely clear. So
If this is not what you're looking for, please contact us. Or
I've returned. What did I miss?
disclaimer: information you may reveal may not be entirely clear. Also, Mage's Madness mostly affects sorcerers and wizards, while most other spellcasting classes have like gods or the literal weave or patrons to anchor them to reality.
Alright. So. Alright, so so I'm all doing the things that 17 want to do, or are we about to wrap up it?
Is there anything else 17 wants to do in between training? Because they do breaks. No doo-doo. No, don't laugh at the doo-doo. Damn it!
You encouraged it, so what did you expect?
See,
I
I
don't know
wasn't
what it is.
going to until you isolated it.
I realize that
Doo-doo.
now. I'm gonna have to
I
keep
would
this in
like to
mind when I'm
do
a parent.
I would like to do an investigative study of the landmines that I dismantled.
All right, make a straight intelligence check with advantage because you are proficient in thieves' tools, which would essentially help you with that in terms of like disarming it and learning more about it.
Alright, can you give me a minute? I had to reload the
The
roll
page.
20 and
Oh, you're good.
yeah, I had to reload the page. I'm just waiting for my character sheet to get ungrayed out.
Yeah.
Also, Griffin, would you? Oh, there's the red bar.
Would you like for me to roll, or would you like for your fellow party members to roll?
Yeah,
Oh,
because I
there
can
we
roll
go.
for you.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, okay,
Ooh.
wonderful.
So,
Red bar sucks.
Yeah.
so did you say you said thief tools?
Yeah.
It would be investigation with advantage due to your proficiency in thieves' tools.
Oh, okay. So
You're good.
20.
You're only human. So, 20. You managed to take them apart carefully and reassemble them. Upon first glance, yeah, they're relatively simple. And upon second glance, with actually taking them apart, oh yeah, they're slightly more complex, but relatively simple. It's like a pressure plate uh, system where if once the weight has been lifted, it triggers the detonation and the shrapnel and all that. It's really messy,
Mm.
surprisingly advanced, but
Well, if
yeah,
the construction is easy to do and the detonation device is simple, I could probably swap it out with different stuff.
yep. You
Like,
could essentially put in like silver or like go with the adamantine mithril in terms of the shrapnel, as well as even lace together the black powder um, that's in part of the actual mine to with some other sort of chemical to maybe act as a sort of have a like a napalm like
amplifying,
effect. But
so you can fill it with
yeah,
tar.
yeah, fill with
Yeah, but I was
tar.
also thinking it'd be possible to switch out the detonation mechanism itself for something like, say, a timed detonation, or
Yeah,
if it's a detonation on the release of pressure, it could also easily be flipped to detonation on application of pressure.
yeah, of course, that's
So in
doable.
that case, I could make anti-vehicle or anti-personnel based on the resistance of the spring.
Yep, essentially, it's relatively like with your jack of all trades ability. That's all doable. You just need, in this case, though, with the parts, with what your investigation check, with what you have, these specific mines are made specifically to just be shrapnel mines. That's about it. Uh, they're like anything else they'll be added into. You'd have to start with like a fresh batch, and then you'd have to modify the casing because apparently because the casing for this is like really thin, and if you were to like if you need like any more potent black powder or something else, you'd have to get an entirely different case. That would be a because to actually make sure it doesn't escape, the explosion isn't more like isn't just force essentially.
Right. Well, thin casings are always good in that you can get more explosive in there,
Oh yeah,
but explosions are also made stronger by compression in the initial stages, so it's finding that right balance.
yeah. That's the unfortunate part with what you have. Though that being said, it is doable. You with your access to the guild's networks of information and private shopkeepers and dealers, you can very likely find what you're looking for. Right. I
You
believe.
know, actually, I might try to make a small side business out of this, see if I can't market them to, say, governments for defending vital areas.
Or governments for taking care of bandits and things like that, yeah. Though you'd have to further refine it, of course, but doable.
Yeah. Oh, I can work on that in my in between time.
Yeah.
Don't really
I'll
have
say with what
much.
you have, it's a good starting off point.
Alright. That'll definitely be the side project in between training.
Alright.
And,
Mm-hmm.
so Griffin, would you like to have a practice spar?
I
I
gotta
hear
get.
that. I hear that on whenever you're tired.
No, it's like I need to get food. I haven't eaten yet all day.
Ooh.
I will also say that, with that being said, that we're going to have to end the session officially, so feel free to stop the recording.
Alright,
And